Welcome back to Who Died Today USA channel. In the past few days, we have received somber news about the passing of extraordinary talents. Today's episode is dedicated to honoring their memory. Additionally, we will recap the stars we have recently lost. Before we begin, we kindly ask for your support. If this video or the legacies of these remarkable individuals have touched your life, please consider giving this video a thumbs up as a sign of respect and remembrance. Thank you.
My future.
On the fields of Trenzalore, at the fall of the 11th, when no living creature could speak force.
Today, we remember Simon Fisher-Becker, a cherished actor whose presence on screen and in the hearts of fans was as profound as the roles he portrayed. On March 9, 2025, the world said farewell to a performer whose warmth, humor, and dedication made an enduring impact. Though his name may not have always been in the spotlight, his performances left an unforgettable mark. As the kind-hearted Fat Friar in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, he brought a touch of light-hearted charm to Hogwarts. In Doctor Who, his portrayal of Dorian Maldovar, a witty, enigmatic traitor, became a fan favorite. Beyond these beloved roles, Simon graced the screen in Les Miserables, Waterside, Doctors, and numerous other productions, each performance infused with his distinctive presence. Yet, Simon was more than just the characters he played. He was a storyteller, a mentor, and a friend to many. Whether on set or at fan conventions, he had a way of making people feel seen and valued. His kindness, humor, and love for his craft resonated far beyond the screen, leaving a legacy that extends beyond film and television. Simon Fisher-Becker's journey reminds us that true success is not measured by the size of a role, but by the lives touched along the way. And his impact, both in entertainment and in the hearts of those who knew him, will be felt for years to come. Dandy Bestia was never one to follow the rules. As the electrifying guitarist behind Skiantos, he helped redefine Italian rock, blending sharp humor with rebellious punk energy. Born Fabio Testoni on July 2, 1952, he built a legacy that was bold, unconventional, and impossible to ignore. On March 16, 2025, the music world bid farewell to this fearless pioneer, but his influence remains as powerful as ever. With Skiantos, Dandy Bestia pioneered rock demenziale, a genre that refused to take itself too seriously, yet carried a raw, unfiltered energy. His guitar riffs, full of attitude and spontaneity, became the heartbeat of a band that defied expectations. While mainstream audiences were slow to understand their genius, Skiantos gained a devoted following, proving that true artistry is about courage, not conformity. Like many innovators, Dandy Bestia faced challenges. The music industry wasn't always ready for a band that mixed comedy with chaos, but he never strayed from his passion. Decades later, his influence can still be felt, not just in music, but in the fearless spirit he inspired. Even in his later years, Dandy Bestia remained a force to be reckoned with, still performing, still creating, still pushing boundaries. His music continues to resonate, reminding us all that the best artists aren't the ones who fit in. They're the ones who dare to stand out.
Hey! Are you listening to me?
Yes, I am! I think you're having a nervous breakdown. I don't think you recovered from rage.
The world lost more than just an actor when Gene Hackman passed away. His departure marked the end of an era, a closing chapter in the story of one of cinema's most gifted and enigmatic performers. Hackman wasn't just a star, he was an artist who brought raw honesty to every role, captivating audiences with characters that felt painfully real. From the French Connection to Unforgiven, he didn't just play powerful men, he exposed their fears, flaws, and contradictions, making us believe in them. His portrayal of Harry Caul in The Conversation remains one of the most haunting explorations of loneliness in film history. He had a way of making even silence feel profound. Yet beyond the screen, Hackman was a man who valued his privacy. Choosing a quiet life in New Mexico over Hollywood's spotlight, he lived on his own terms. His final years, though marked by health struggles, were filled with the steady presence of his beloved wife, Betsy Arakawa. Their love endured more than 3 decades, a testament to devotion in a world that often moves too fast. His passing, just days after Betsy's, leaves us reflecting on the fragility of time. But Hackman's legacy is more than just films. It's in the emotions he stirred, the truth he revealed, and the characters who will never fade from our memories. For those who grew up watching him, his voice, his presence, and his spirit will always remain.
For a while, and there he was, this young boy.
Some voices don't just sing, they speak to the soul. Roberta Flack's voice was one of them, delicate yet powerful, soothing yet deeply stirring. When she sang "The First Time Ever I Saw Your Face," time seemed to slow down and emotions became inescapable. She didn't just perform songs, she breathed life into them. Born into a musical family, Flack's journey from a gifted young pianist to a legend of R&B and soul was nothing short of extraordinary. A child prodigy, she earned a scholarship to Howard University at just 15, paving the way for a career that would redefine modern music. Her interpretations of "Killing Me Softly with His Song" and "Where Is the Love" weren't just hits. They were cultural milestones, shaping the sound of the 1970s and beyond. But Roberta Flack was more than a voice. She was a storyteller, a mentor, and a trailblazer. She championed artistry over spectacle, depth over flash. Even in her final years, when her voice grew quieter, her legacy only grew louder. On February 24, 2025, she passed away peacefully at the age of 88, surrounded by family. Her departure left a void in music, but her influence lingers in every artist she inspired, every song that carries her essence. At her memorial, voices like Lauryn Hill and Stevie Wonder rose in tribute, proving that her music and her spirit remain timeless. Roberta once said, "Always walk in the light. If you feel like you're not walking in it, go find it." And that is how she lived, illuminating the world with music that will never fade.
That you weren't fooling me.
On February 20th, 2025, the world lost more than just a singer. The Iceman himself, Jerry Butler, passed away at 85 after battling Parkinson's disease. But what he left behind is more than a catalog of timeless music. It is a legacy of perseverance, passion, and dedication that spanned over 6 decades. Born in Sunflower, Mississippi in 1939, Butler's journey took him from the gospel-filled churches of Chicago to the heights of soul music stardom. As a founding member of the Impressions, he helped create one of the defining anthems of the era, "For Your Precious Love," a song so powerful that audiences demanded it at every performance. His unmistakable voice carried hits like "He Will Break Your Heart," "Never Give You Up," and "Only the Strong Survive," each one cementing his reputation as one of R&B's smoothest and most enduring vocalists. But Butler was more than a voice. He was a songwriter, mentor, and pioneer. He co-wrote "I've Been Loving You Too Long" with Otis Redding and played a key role in shaping the Philly soul movement alongside Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff. Even when the music industry changed, his influence remained. Then, in 1986, Butler took a bold step. He traded the stage for public service. Elected as a Cook County Commissioner, He dedicated over 30 years to improving the lives of Chicagoans, proving that his commitment to his community was as strong as his devotion to music. His work, his voice, and his impact live on. Jerry Butler once said, "The work is more important than the reward." And true to his word, he gave the world more than just music. He gave it his heart.
You doff thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all myself.
It's hard to say goodbye to someone like Olivia Hussey. On December 27th, 2024, at the age of 73, she passed away peacefully at home in Los Angeles, surrounded by the people she loved. After a long battle with breast cancer, her journey came to an end. But her story, her legacy, is something that will never fade. Born in Buenos Aires in 1951, Olivia's life took a dramatic turn when she was just a teenager. At 15, she was cast as Juliet in Romeo and Juliet, Franco Zeffirelli's breathtaking adaptation of Shakespeare's classic tragedy. She was young, unknown, and suddenly thrust into worldwide fame. Her performance wasn't just acting. It felt real, raw, and unforgettable. She won a Golden Globe, became the face of young love, and for many, she was Juliet. But fame isn't always kind. She turned down major Hollywood roles, and the industry, as it often does, moved on. Still, she kept going, finding new ways to shine. Whether as a terrified sorority girl in Black Christmas, the soulful Mary in Jesus of Nazareth, or part of the mystery in Death on the Nile, Olivia proved time and again that she was more than just one role. She fought battles behind the scenes too, against expectations, against illness, against the weight of her past. But through it all, she remained true to herself. In her later years, she found peace, love, and family, cherishing the life she built. Olivia once said, "I always followed my heart." And that's exactly how she'll be remembered. Not just as Juliet, but as a woman who lived bravely, loved deeply, and left behind a story worth telling.
Well, I tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition, yawn and stretch and try to come.
Breaking news. Today, we celebrate the extraordinary life and career of Dolly Parton, a true icon whose music, generosity, and indomitable spirit have inspired millions. From her humble beginnings in Tennessee to becoming a global superstar, Dolly's journey is one of resilience, talent, and a deep love for people. How has Dolly Parton's music touched your life? Share your thoughts in the comments below as we explore her remarkable story and lasting legacy. Born on January 19, 1946, in a one-room cabin in Locust Ridge, Tennessee, Dolly Parton grew up in a large family with little money, but an abundance of love and music. From an early age, she knew she was destined for the stage. With a voice as sweet as honey and a songwriting talent that could capture the depths of human emotion, Dolly set out to make her mark on the world. She moved to Nashville the day after high school graduation, determined to chase her dreams. Her rise to fame was swift but not without challenges. In the late 1960s, she gained recognition as a regular on the Porter Wagoner Show, where she faced resistance from audiences who were reluctant to embrace her as an independent artist. However, Dolly's confidence and talent proved undeniable. She broke out on her own and soon became a household name with hits like Jolene, Coat of Many Colors, and I Will Always Love You, a song she famously wrote about leaving Wagoner's show. Her ability to blend vulnerability with strength in her lyrics resonated with fans across generations. Dolly's career in music was only the beginning. She ventured into acting, delivering standout performances in 9 to 5, 1980, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, 1982, and Steel Magnolias, 1989. She charmed audiences with her warmth, humor, and undeniable presence, proving she was more than just a country singer. She was a true entertainer. Yet, Dolly's journey was not without its struggles. As a woman in the male-dominated country music industry, she had to fight for creative control and recognition. Many doubted her ability to succeed beyond her bubbly personality and striking looks. But Dolly was always more than meets the eye. Behind the rhinestones and big hair was a brilliant businesswoman. She built an empire that included Dollywood, one of the most successful theme parks in America, and smartly retained the rights to her music, securing her financial independence. Health challenges have also been a part of Dolly's journey. While she has largely kept private about any serious health issues, she has spoken about the importance of taking care of herself, both physically and emotionally. Her commitment to well-being has allowed her to maintain an active career even into her later years. Despite her immense fame, Dolly has remained one of the most universally beloved figures in entertainment. She has steered clear of political controversies, choosing instead to focus on uniting people through her music and philanthropy. Her imagination library, which provides free books to children, has given away over 200 million books worldwide, changing countless lives through literacy. Her impact extends beyond music, acting, and philanthropy. Dolly Parton is a symbol of perseverance, kindness, and authenticity. She has taught us that success is not just about talent, but about heart, generosity, and staying true to who you are. As we celebrate Dolly Parton's incredible legacy, we invite you to share your favorite memories of her. What song of hers has meant the most to you? How has her story inspired you? Leave a comment below, and if you enjoyed this tribute, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories of the legends who have shaped our world. Thank you for joining us in honoring the one and only Dolly Parton. Stanley R. Jaffe was more than just a producer. He was a storyteller, a visionary, and a man who understood the power of film to move people. On March 10, 2025, he passed away peacefully at his home in Rancho Mirage at the age of 84. But his legacy? That will live on for generations. Born into the world of Hollywood, Jaffe was the son of Columbia Pictures executive Leo Jaffe, but he never relied on his father's name. At just 29 years old, he became the youngest executive at Paramount Pictures, making bold decisions that shaped the future of cinema. He played a key role in bringing films like Love Story and The Godfather to life. But his heart belonged to storytelling, and he eventually stepped away from the executive desk to create films that truly mattered. He was drawn to stories about family, love, and the complexities of human relationships. In 1979, he produced Kramer vs. Kramer, a film that redefined how Hollywood told stories about divorce and fatherhood. It won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. Later, he teamed up with Sherry Lansing to produce Fatal Attraction, 1987, a thriller that became a cultural phenomenon. Beyond Hollywood, Jaffe was a mentor, a philanthropist, and a man who valued the people in his life. He spent his later years enjoying time with family and friends, often on the golf course. His films weren't just entertainment, they were reflections of life. And that's why Stanley R. Jaffe will always be remembered. David Johansen wasn't just a musician, he was a force of nature. The last surviving member of the legendary New York Dolls, he was a pioneer of punk and glam rock, a performer who blurred boundaries, and a storyteller whose music pulsed with the raw energy of New York City. On February 28, 2025, he passed away at 75, holding the hands of his wife and daughter, surrounded by music and love. Born in Staten Island in 1950, Johansen's journey began in local rock bands before he took the stage as the frontman of the New York Dolls in the early 70s. The Dolls weren't just a band, they were a revolution, loud, rebellious, and unapologetically flamboyant, inspiring generations of punk and rock acts. Even as the Dolls disbanded, Johansen never stopped evolving. In the 80s, he reinvented himself as Buster Poindexter, a slick, martini-in-hand lounge singer, giving the world the infectious party anthem, Hot, Hot, Hot. Whether performing cabaret, hosting his Sirius XM show Mansion of Fun, or starring in films like Scrooged, he remained a chameleon, always finding new ways to entertain. Even in his final years, battling stage 4 cancer, a brain tumor, and a broken back, Johansen remained a storyteller. Martin Scorsese's documentary, Personality Crisis, One Night Only, captured his final performances, a testament to his unwavering spirit. David Johansen was more than music. He was New York's heartbeat, its grit, its humor, its soul, and his voice will never fade.
In my case, I was diagnosed with MS nearly 25 years ago, so I'm in a wheelchair.
Paul Bronfman was more than an entrepreneur. He was a driving force behind Canada's film and television industry. A man of unwavering passion, resilience, and generosity, he shaped the country's production landscape and left an indelible mark on generations of storytellers. On February 26, 2025, at 67, he passed away in Toronto after a long battle with multiple sclerosis. Born into the prominent Bronfman family in Montreal on May 28, 1957, Paul had the business acumen of his ancestors, but carved his own path. Choosing film over corporate life, he started as a roadie for April Wine before finding his calling in the industry. Over the next 4 decades, he built an empire: William F. White International, Comweb Corporation, and Pinewood Toronto Studios, providing essential production services for Hollywood and Canadian filmmakers. Despite his MS diagnosis in 1995, Bronfman never slowed down. Even as his health declined, he continued his philanthropic work, mentoring new talent and supporting film festivals. His impact was not just in business, but in fostering creativity, advocating for the industry, and ensuring Canada remained a top destination for film production. He was a friend, mentor, and champion of the arts, known for his humor, tenacity, and unwavering dedication. Paul Bronfman's legacy isn't just in the studios he built, but in the lives he touched and the stories he helped bring to life.
I see what you mean. Can it ever go away, that smell?
Sure it can, Billy.
On December 23, 2024, Geoffrey Deuel passed away at the age of 81, leaving behind a career marked by memorable roles and a life filled with passion for both acting and education. Best known for playing Billy the Kid in Chisum, 1970, alongside John Wayne, Deuel was also recognized for his role as Dave Campbell on The Young and the Restless. He spent his final days in hospice care in Largo, Florida, battling chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. His wife, Jacqueline Deuel, confirmed his passing, expressing that he left peacefully, joining his late brother Peter Deuel, with whom he shared a deep bond. Born on January 17, 1943, in Lockport, New York, Geoffrey grew up in Penfield as the son of a doctor father and a nurse mother. He pursued higher education at Ithaca College and Syracuse University before making his way to Hollywood in 1965, following in the footsteps of his older brother, Peter, who starred in Alias Smith and Jones. The brothers even shared the screen once in a 1971 episode of The Name of the Game. Geoffrey's career flourished in the late 1960s and 1970s, with roles in hit TV shows such as 12 O'Clock High, The Monkees, The Mod Squad, Mission Impossible, The Streets of San Francisco, and Barnaby Jones. His portrayal of Billy the Kid in Chisum cemented his place in Hollywood, earning him a loyal fan base. He continued working in film and television before shifting gears in the 1980s, performing in theater productions in Tampa, Florida, and later earning a master's degree from the University of South Florida. He spent his later years as a substitute teacher, inspiring students with his love for storytelling. Geoffrey is survived by his wife, Jacqueline, whom he married in 2017 after 4 decades together, and his younger sister, Pamela. His legacy endures through the characters he brought to life, the lessons he imparted, and the kindness he shared with those around him.
Was the captain here today?
Lynne Marie Stewart, best known as Miss Yvonne in Pee-wee's Playhouse, and Bonnie Kelly in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, passed away on February 21st, 2025, at the age of 78. Her death came just a month after an unexpected diagnosis of a tumor near her liver and gallbladder. Born and raised in Los Angeles, Stewart's passion for acting began early. She studied theater at Beverly Hills High School and LA City College, where she befriended Cindy Williams of Laverne and Shirley. She later joined the legendary Groundlings comedy troupe, where she collaborated with Paul Rubens, who cast her as Miss Yvonne, a role that made her a household name. Her career spanned decades, with roles in American Graffiti, MASH, Laverne and Shirley, and Arrested Development. More recently, she played Charlie's eccentric mother in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, winning over a new generation of fans. Beyond acting, Stewart was a dedicated animal advocate and a beloved friend. Following her passing, tributes poured in from colleagues like Cassandra Elvira Peterson, Maya Rudolph, and Drew Powell, all remembering her as kind, funny, and endlessly supportive. Though she is gone, Lynne Marie Stewart's comedic brilliance and warmth will live on in the hearts of those she made laugh for so many years.
People think because I take a good care of my skin. I have a flawless skin.
It is flawless.
Jocelyn Wildenstein was never one to blend in. Known to the world as Catwoman, she was a figure of fascination, excess, and reinvention, a woman who lived on her own terms, no matter what the world thought. On December 31st, 2024, she passed away in Paris at the age of 79, or possibly 84, as her true age remained a mystery. Born Jocelyn Perisset in Lausanne, Switzerland, she was a dreamer from the start. She traveled the world, found love on a Kenyan safari, and married billionaire art dealer Alec Wildenstein. Their lavish lifestyle became the stuff of legend, living among exotic animals, spending millions on fashion, and maintaining estates that rivaled royal palaces. But it was her drastic transformation that made her infamous. Inspired by her love for big cats, Jocelyn underwent extensive cosmetic procedures, crafting a feline-like appearance that stunned the public. Though often mocked by tabloids, she remained unapologetic, insisting she was simply enhancing what was already there. Her life took a dramatic turn in 1999, when her marriage ended in scandal and one of the largest divorce settlements in history, $2.5 billion. Yet, despite her fortune, she later filed for bankruptcy, proving that even the wealthiest can face hardship. In her final years, she embraced her eccentricity, attending high fashion events and reclaiming her image. Though her life was filled with controversy, she never let society dictate who she should be. Jocelyn Wildenstein was more than a headline. She was a woman of reinvention, resilience, and undeniable intrigue. Carl Dean, the devoted husband of Dolly Parton for nearly 60 years, passed away on March 3, 2025, at the age of 81. Though he spent a lifetime away from the spotlight, his presence was the steady foundation behind one of country music's most beloved icons. Born and raised in Tennessee, Carl met Dolly outside a Nashville laundromat in 1964. From that moment, their love story became the heart of her journey. While Dolly captivated the world with her voice, Carl remained her rock, embracing a quiet life away from fame. He chose the comfort of home over flashing lights, preferring evenings on their farm to red carpet events. Despite his reclusive nature, Carl was known for his quick wit, unwavering support, and deep devotion. Dolly often spoke of his humor, his kindness, and how he kept her grounded through the whirlwind of her career. He never sought attention, yet he played an irreplaceable role in shaping a love story that stood the test of time. Carl's passing marks the end of an era for Dolly, but his legacy lives on in every song inspired by their love. In a world that often equates greatness with fame, Carl Dean proved that the deepest impact comes from love, loyalty, and quiet strength. His story isn't one of headlines, but of a life well lived, one where devotion and laughter meant more than any stage. As Dolly once said, "He's always been my biggest fan." Now, their love story will remain a timeless melody, forever cherished in the hearts of those who believe in true, unwavering love. Breaking news. Gladys Knight. A soul legend's unstoppable journey through music and resilience. There are voices that entertain, and then there are voices that define generations. Gladys Knight belongs to the latter. For over 6 decades, she has graced the world with her soulful voice, timeless classics, and an unshakable spirit. But beyond the music, she has also faced trials that tested her strength, from financial hardships to personal losses and even recent health concerns. At 80 years old, Gladys Knight continues to inspire millions. But what is it that makes her story so remarkable? And how did she rise above the challenges that could have derailed even the strongest spirits? Stay with us as we take a closer look at the extraordinary life of the Empress of Soul. Before we begin, what is your all-time favorite Gladys Knight song? Drop your answer in the comments and let us know how her music has touched your life. Born May 28, 1944, in Atlanta, Georgia, Gladys Knight discovered her musical gift at an early age. By 8 years old, she won a national talent contest, setting the stage for what would become a legendary career. She soon formed Gladys Knight and the Pips with her brother and cousins, and together, they climbed the ranks of the music industry. Their journey led them to Motown Records in the 1960s, where they released hits like I Heard It Through the Grapevine. But it was during the 1970s, after signing with Buddha Records, that they truly soared. Songs like Midnight Train to Georgia, Neither One of Us, Wants to Be the First to Say Goodbye, and If I Were Your Woman became anthems, defining an era of soul music. 7 Grammy Awards, countless accolades, and an induction into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1996 cemented Knight's status as one of the greatest vocalists of all time. But behind the success were battles few people knew about. Despite her fame, Knight's journey was not without its struggles. In the 1970s, as her career was reaching new heights, she faced financial difficulties that nearly left her bankrupt. She later revealed that mismanagement of her earnings and bad investments took a toll on her wealth. At the same time, she endured personal heartbreaks, including divorces and the tragic loss of loved ones. Losing her beloved mother and son were among the most painful moments of her life. Yet through it all, she turned to her faith and music for strength. Knight has often spoken about how prayer and a deep sense of purpose guided her through hardships. She never allowed setbacks to define her. Instead, she used them as stepping stones, continuing to evolve as an artist and a person. Have you ever found comfort in one of her songs during a tough time? Share your story in the comments. We would love to hear it. On March 8, 2025, Gladys Knight was scheduled to perform at the Florida Theater in Jacksonville. But just before taking the stage, she suddenly fell ill, forcing her team to cancel the concert at the last minute. Reports quickly surfaced that Knight and a staff member had both experienced medical issues, leaving fans deeply concerned. Thankfully, it was later confirmed that she had been battling the flu and needed time to recover. Though she left the venue smiling and in good spirits, the news served as a reminder that even legends need rest. Days later, Knight personally addressed the situation, expressing gratitude for the overwhelming support from her fans. She reassured them that she was doing well and looked forward to returning to the stage soon. Are you relieved to hear she is recovering? Send her your well wishes in the comments below. Gladys Knight is more than just a legendary singer. She is a force for good. Over the years, she has used her platform to support education, young artists, and charitable causes. Her foundation, the Gladys Knight Scholarship Fund, has helped aspiring musicians pursue their dreams, and her advocacy work has empowered countless individuals. She has also played a major role in mentoring younger generations in the music industry, offering guidance to artists who look up to her. Many of today's biggest names, including Beyoncé and Alicia Keys, have cited her as an influence. Even after decades in the industry, Knight's passion remains as strong as ever. She continues to tour, record, and uplift others through both her music and her philanthropy. What is something about Gladys Knight's legacy that inspires you? Let us know in the comments. At 80 years old, most people would retire and enjoy their achievements, but not Gladys Knight. She remains active, performing for audiences around the world and proving that passion has no expiration date. Her story is one of resilience, talent, and faith. She has shown the world that true greatness is not just measured in awards, but in the lives touched, the struggles overcome, and the legacy left behind. As we reflect on her remarkable journey, we want to hear from you. What does Gladys Knight's music mean to you? If you could ask her one question, what would it be? Drop your answers in the comments, and if this tribute moved you, hit the like button, subscribe for more inspiring stories, and share this with fellow fans who appreciate the power of true soul music. Thank you for celebrating the legendary Gladys Knight with us, her voice, her spirit, and her timeless impact.